Hey, my name is Elon Hufan. I'm a founder at Base Engine, and in this video, we'll be speaking about navigating disruption, leveraging AI, quantum, and your personal power. It's January 9th, going into the 10th now of 2025, and I'm going to be speaking about three core topics. The first one being the state of technology, more specifically AI and quantum. Next, we'll be speaking about the state of California. There's been LA fires going on in the Palisades and a few other areas too, so we'll be talking about the analysis there. And the last point will be the state of self. More specifically, your knowledge and your plan in motion going into this 2025 based on some of the points that I've spoken about in my recent videos. If you don't know, I've been making videos every day so far this January, and I'll be sharing some of the videos that you can reference that I'll be talking about with this video. And so for the first point, we'll be talking about the state of technology. There was a CES show, what stands for Consumer Electronics Show, in Las Vegas. Jensen Huang, who is the CEO of NVIDIA, has claimed that it'll take about 15 to 30 years of useful quantum computers rather than just stuff that's really specific. And so this really shocked the entire market, plummeting nearly $8 billion in stock value for quantum computing. And so this was another great example of the power of influence, sort of like how Elon Musk would talk about Bitcoin or Doge, and it would just begin to pump in the market. And so this was big. He also claimed that AI agents are a multi-trillion-dollar industry. And so if you don't know, I actually made another video on AI agents and an introduction about that. So that might be useful for you if you don't really know too much about AI in general, or you basically just want to become a little bit more competent based on your understanding. And so if you don't know, essentially agents can reason, plan, act independently and autonomously. And so there's a lot of speculation that this is going to replace much of the workforce. And so this is probably another topic I'll be able to dive into a little bit more in future videos, but just keep this in mind right now. They also introduced a new supercomputer for AI developers, and this is based on the NVIDIA chip GB10. And so currently it's called Project Digits. Now, for the AI side of things, I did want to report that Sam Altman, the CEO and a founder of OpenAI, has stated that they're confident in knowing and building AGI. And so this is artificial general intelligence. And this is like the whole vision of OpenAI, knowing that they can achieve this form of artificial intelligence that can reason, create, and think for itself and develop with itself. And so Altman also made a point about agents seeing the workforce in 2025 and being a big part of this year too. And so this may be something that I actually want to consider and tap into a little bit more with business as a service provider and a product provider. And so very interesting stuff going on here. There's a lot more other details, but this is just what I wanted to report in this video. Now, for the follow-up, this isn't necessarily even business or tech related. In some ways, it is. And so there's been fires going on in Los Angeles, more specifically the Palisades, and I think there was two other fires going on. Very devastating, very unfortunate stuff going on here. And I believe they got one guy that's captive for arson. And the speculation right now is because there's really high winds of environment related stuff, that stuff just got caught on fire. And so there's a lot of conflict going on right now with politics locally, with the mayor, with the state, and now the nation entirely. And so another point I wanted to follow up with is actually the state of the Bay Area right now too, being in California, we're experiencing a lot of weird leadership. And recently we have Senator or former Senator Barbara Lee that's going to be running for the special recall election for the city of Oakland. And so on top of the existing violence and crime going on with the city, this is actually pretty interesting news to hear. And I think that she may have also a solid opportunity to win this election. People think that it may be a good sign for her to help be in this position, and it'll be a sign to help unite Oakland. And some people just think that much won't really happen, and so I guess we'll see. But ultimately, to follow up on the third point here, which is the state of self, and this is your knowledge, but most importantly, applying it with your plan going into 2025. And so the last video I made was actually about fear, but also focus too, and being able to leverage your emotions to get the most out of that with whatever your plan and goal is ultimately. And so being able to prioritize your health and well-being is going to be a key factor here no matter what happens. And so the mindset is key. You can reference some of the videos I've had in the past, but ultimately we want to be able to anticipate so we can dominate whatever situation we're going into. And one thing that's been resonating with me that I've learned is that conflict is a natural part of life, and it's up to us to be able to go into introspection and ask ourselves, how can we enjoy this now? And even though a grueling process is sometimes something that we have to endure, I think it's important to be practical with whatever your situation is and make the most out of it. And so if you're thinking negative, most likely you're going to get a negative experience added onto that. Some of the videos I want to reference that I've created recently is the Fear versus Focus health-related video, and also what I learned experiencing jogging a mile every day in December of 2024. And so those talk a lot about discipline and your input going into your lifestyle. For the wealth and tech related videos, what would be useful for whoever's watching this video is a brief intro into using AI agents in 2025, quantum computing versus Bitcoin, who wins, and the last one being analysis on creating opportunity with AI. And this was actually created in 2024 on the 22nd of December. And so that's going to be pretty useful if you're seeking to build your competency and familiarize yourself on what you can expect with artificial intelligence. The last point I want to bring up here with relationships is a video I made called Bringing People Together, a framework for community success. And it's funny because this video is actually not getting as much views compared to the other trending topics, but I do think it's key because when you consider an event like CES, it was an event and time where people came together to showcase the newest tech, the newest products, things that are going to hit the market. And undoubtedly, events have market influence, just as we've seen with Jensen Huang of NVIDIA. And so if you want to learn more, you can visit www.baseengine.com. My name is Elon Hufana. If you enjoyed this video, let us know. And I hope that you are able to leave a like. Leave a comment too. I really appreciate the feedback and what you may want to see, and subscribe. So with that being said, base out.